Hello everyone and welcome back for another YouTube tutorial. So today I'm doing things a little bit different. I am going to be doing this video more in depth, more in detail. Right now I'm doing my niece's nails and I'm taking down the bulk of her acrylic and getting her prepared for a soak off. The drill bit that I'm using is a 3-course drill bit. It is a safety drill bit, but I do not recommend you using this drill bit at all on the natural nail. Only use this drill bit when you're taking down the bulk of the acrylic on the natural nail. Now let's talk about soak offs for a little bit. Now a lot of nail techs do not offer soak offs, and I completely understand why, because soak offs do take time. A soak off can take between 45 minutes to an hour to do, depending on how much of the bulk you have removed. So if you haven't removed much of the bulk, you only remove the shine of the nail to take off the gel top coat, then it's going to take you about an hour to do a complete soak off. But if you drill down at least enough of the acrylic and knock down some of that bulk, it might take you between 25 minutes to 35 minutes to cut down time. Soak offs is time consuming, and a lot of home-based nail techs especially do not want to deal with having to deal with a soak off, because time is money. I mean, let's be honest, let's be real out here. Time is money. So if you're doing a soak off, you could have done a fill-in, maybe 2 fill-ins, and you know what I'm saying, gel toes, polish somebody's toes. So time is money, and a lot of home-based nail techs look at it as, well, if I do your soak off, that means I've lost money because I got to push these people back, or I'm going to lose a client for today because I have to take a whole entire hour just to drill all this stuff off and do you a whole nother set. So a lot of nail techs or home-based nail techs will put in their website that you either have to come with their nails that they've already previously done, or you have to come barehanded with no nails on at all. So I kind of understand where they're coming from, but I personally don't mind doing soak offs as long as I am notified and I know that I have to do a soak off beforehand, so that way I know how to schedule myself. Because let's face it, a soak off can take up time. And I mean, most people, you only charging what, $10-15 to do a soak off. Some people will charge you $25 to do a soak off, but to me personally, I wouldn't charge that much, but some people do. Now, for me personally, I always let my clients soak for the first 5 minutes, and then I go back in and I scrape a lot of the excess acrylic that has lifted from soaking in acetone off, and then I come back in with my drill just one more time to thin the acrylic out at least one more time, and then let them completely go ahead and soak the rest of the 10 to 15 minutes. So once the acrylic has been completely soaked off, you can go ahead and start with your nail prep. Remember, you guys, nail prep is the key to reduce lifting of your client's nails. You do not want to skip nail preps. Nail prep is very, very important. And like I said before in my previous videos, if you do not have a good foundation, like you do not have a good nail prep, you do not have a good set of nails on your hand. So please do not skip out on nail prep. Most people, when it comes to nail prep, it might take them 2 to 3 minutes, and for me, a good nail prep probably takes me about 7 minutes to do, because I want to make sure that I am pushing back the skin. I want to make sure that I'm removing as much of that dry cuticle that will cause full lifting. I want to make sure I'm knocking off the shine of the nail plate, gently knocking it off. Do not put that drill on a high speed, because you will cause the ring of fire, and you do not want that. It's painful. You do not want that on your clients. So make sure you're having your drill probably between 3,000 RPMs to 5,000 RPMs on a nice safety. That's why I call the safety speed. Stay in the safe zone. So you want it between 3,000 RPMs to 5,000 RPMs. But please make sure you are doing a good nail prep. When I first started doing nails, I would always have somebody calling me, "Oh, my nail is lifting. Oh, I broke a nail." And I was just like, "Oh my God, what am I doing wrong?" The problem was I was not paying attention to the details of my nail prep. So the tips that I'm using today are the double XL no C-curve taper square tips. I ordered this set of tips from Amazon. I usually order from Dynamic Nail Supply, but when I got ready to order from them, they were sold out. So I went on ahead and ordered from Amazon because I was in really desperate need for taper square tips. For some reason now everybody wants taper square, which is very cute. It's classic. I like it. But at one point they was all about the C-curve tips, and I was like, oh my God, the C-curve taper square tips, I just could not get used to those at all. It was something about that deep C-curve that really just bothered me, and I could not figure out for the life of me how to really work with those. But the no C-curve taper square, it's just better. I just work better with these. Now, when it came to doing her sidewalls, because her nails was a bit wider than what I was kind of accustomed to, I decided to go ahead and size up. It's always better to kind of size up when you're doing your tips, because you can always cut down some of the size to make the nail fit. But if that nail is too small, that will cause lifting as well. So size up, that will be better for you. Now I'm using that magnetic TikTok hack to cut down her nails, and always let your clients let you know if, hey, I need to go down. And this way, for me, using the magnet was game changer, because I was having issues even with just making sure that the length was really good. So with using the magnet, there's no fuss, there's no muss with it. It's just, you cut them down. You go either a size, either 3 magnets, that's probably between medium to short, or 4 magnums is definitely medium. Acrylic that I chose to use today is the Cover Peach by Young Nails. Remember, I always start off, you guys, with my first bead where the natural nail and the tip begins at, and then I go ahead and build my apex. Not all the time you will have to build apex, especially on short nails. You don't have to build an apex. You just want to make sure that the nail is structured very good. Always remember, you guys, do not get so hung up on how many beads it may take you to do your nail. Just make sure you giving your full, you give it, doing a smooth lay on your acrylic, cleaning off your sidewalls so that you can keep your shape. Those are the things that are important. Do not get so hung up on your how many beads that you need to do. A lot of people get hung up on that. I know I was one of those people in the beginning, because if you're doing it with the one bead method, it's a quick hurry up and do. But because we're beginners, because we're learning, it's going to take us a little bit more time. I've been doing nails almost 3 years, and I'm still doing the 2, 3, 4 bead method. That's because I don't worry about if I do the 1 bead method or not. I'm just making sure that that nail is structured and it has the strength that it needs to endure whatever my client is going to put the nail through. so on to the fun part. I'm doing the 3D chrome design that's been trending on all of the social media platforms, and I'm using my Marquette Bling Gel. Now, one thing I will say, you guys, if you're using a bling gel or a builder gel, go ahead and flash cure it for at least 10 to 30 seconds so that it will stay stable in that position that you put it in, because after a while it will start running, and I learned that the hard way. So for future references, when I do this design again, and I do plan on doing this design again because I actually ordered the sculpting gel that I really wanted to use, but it hadn't came in yet, so I will be using the sculpting gel in another video so you can kind of do a comparison on which one looks better. I would definitely will be curing the sculpting gel for like the 10 seconds or the 30 seconds just so it can stay in its position. But because it's sculpting gel, it probably won't move like this, like the Marquette gel is, because it's more of a looser gel. And the sculpting gel is something that's like more of a putty consistency, so it probably won't move. But if you do not have the sculpting gel on hand like I didn't, you can use your Marquette, or you can use ID Clear Gel. It's a builder gel. It's probably about $10-15 either on Amazon or Sally's may have it. And just make sure when you're using either the Marquette or the ID building gel that you flash cure it for like 10 to 30 seconds so that way it will stay in its position. Once all your lines are cured, it is time to go in with your black gel polish. Now you can use black gel polish, pink gel polish, white. It really doesn't matter what color gel polish you use, but because I'm using a gold chrome, I'm going in with a black gel polish and just doing my outline and doing all my fill in. your gel polish for 30 seconds and only 30 seconds because you want to have that sticky layer for the chrome to adhere to the nail design. You can go ahead and use either your finger, you can use a sponge brush. I'm using an actual makeup brush, you guys, to apply the chrome to the nail. You want to just softly kind of rub each and every area, making sure that you cover all of the black on the nail. And once you do that, you knock off all of the dust and you go ahead and apply your gel top coat and make sure you cure for a full 60 seconds. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Remember that practice does not make perfect, it makes for improvement. This is not a race, this is a marathon, so please let's take our time. Let's be encouraged, let's encourage each other. I thank you guys for tuning in for another video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe and hit that notification button for the next time I upload another video. And I will talk to y'all soon. Love y'all. Bye.